All right, you guys. So I just wanted to fill you guys in on a bit of news that just came out this morning, maybe late yesterday evening. But it looks like there's going to be a couple of exclusives, very cool exclusives. I want to thank the guys over at Jedi Insider for presenting this news. There were several outlets that presented this news, but I went with Jedi Insider for this news. So the update says, looks like these will be offered as a 2-pack at San Diego Comic-Con this year, though that has not been officially confirmed yet. But shown below is our first look at the upcoming 6-inch Star Wars Black Series Jedi Master Luke Skywalker and Jedi in Training Rey figures from the Last Jedi movie, though technically you could call these Force Awakens figures as well. These should be released in September for Force Friday and will likely be on display this weekend at San Diego Comic-Con. So very, very cool look at these figures, and let's see if we can get a closer look at it, guys. Give me one. All right, guys, so getting a closer look at the figures in their boxes. The sculpting looks absolutely amazing. Now, obviously these are promotional photos. So we don't know exactly if this is how the sculpts are going to come out, but I mean, look at the sculpt on Rey. I mean, that is really, really good sculpting. And then even the sculpt for old man Luke looks absolutely amazing. So cross your fingers and let's hope that they come out looking this way. And then the other thing that I noticed here, Rey's staff is now black and not the traditional brown staff that was given to us with the original figure. So that's very, very cool. And then also in the article, they mentioned that you can basically call these Force Awakens figures. I have to disagree with that just a bit, because that outfit that Rey has on is not Force Awakens. That's most definitely a new outfit, different colors there. She's wearing black underneath there. And then obviously her staff is a different color. So definitely not Force Awakens figure there. Definitely the Last Jedi figure Rey right there. Technically, this particular Luke Skywalker figure would be a Force Awakens figure. And we already know that we're going to see him in this outfit in the beginning of The Last Jedi. So you could say it is a combo figure in regards to both of those films. But we do know that Luke is going to get a different outfit during the Last Jedi movie. So I'm sure that they will be releasing a new Luke figure with that particular outfit. So very, very cool cool news, guys, coming out of San Diego Comic-Con. Unfortunately, I will not be going to the event this year. I neglected to get my tickets when I should have. So I will be probably paying scalper prices to get these figures, because I gotta have these. I don't care. They have to be a part of the collection. So there they are, guys. I want to know what your thoughts are. Please put those comments down below, and we're going to get into a unboxing in just a moment. All right, you guys. So we're going to get into this unboxing real quick, and it's not particularly anything special. Unfortunately, I wish it were. These are figures that I'm sure you guys have already seen. I do know what's in this box. I've actually been waiting for these figures since January. I ordered these in January, and they're just Black Series figures. And I was actually lucky enough to actually get both of these figures at the Star Wars Celebration. And but I already had these on order. I decided to keep my order because I ordered these with Hot Toys. And they've been very good to me in the past, so I wanted to honor my purchase and not cancel it or anything like that. And I figured there's something I can do with the figures, if not have duplicates, some to keep in the box and some to open. So I'm not upset at doubling up on these figures. So let's get a look at what's in the box. So with my little trusty blade here, and it's not really a trusty blade. It's kind of a rusty, nasty blade. Here, I'm in the office actually. Usually I would do this at home because I have everything sent to mine to get that done here today. So let's see if I've done a good job here. And I want to thank Hawk Toys. Like I said, they've been very, very good to me in the past. I've ordered a couple of other figures through them, and I'm glad that this actually finally came through. Now, it is unfortunate that I got this so late. I think this was supposed to be released in April, and there were delays. But I can tell you, Eric over at Hawk Toys, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Eric, but very nice guy. He also sells on eBay as well. Very nice guy, very cool guy, and he kept in communication with me. Any questions that I ever had, he answered them right away in regards to the delay, and he even took care of me a little bit in regards to the pricing. I'm not going to tell you how he took care of me, but he did help me out quite a bit. So that made this purchase even more well worth the wait. So getting a look at the first figure, and we have, and see, he does an excellent job packing them, wrapped up, bubbled up in a bubble bag, guys. So, you know, if you want to be taken care of, you want to go to the right people, and I can assure you Eric does a very, very good job. So there is Shree Inwi right there. Very, very cool. And then obviously you know who's coming next. Get this unstuck from the box, and we'll get rid of the box. Get rid of the box! All right, so we're gonna open up Bays here. Make sure it was him. I got him upside down. So, very good job with the packing by Hawk Toys. The boxes came very, very cool, very, very good condition. No dents, no dings, no scratches. Boxes look great. These may be the two that will stay in the box. And I apologize for the glare, guys. I got the, my computer's got a little glare there, and I'm gonna try and get rid of it, but I can't. So I apologize for that, guys. So there they are. Get a real good look at them, guys. So yeah, love these figures. I actually, like I said, I've already received these at Star Wars Celebration. I'm not even sure if I opened those two out of the box yet. But, you know, it is what it is. And I'm very glad to have these figures in finally. And they are now a part of the collection. And really, really cool. All right, you guys. So what we're going to do right now is pull these guys out of the box. So let's go ahead and get them out of the box here real fast. So I did lie earlier. I said that these would be the ones that would stay in the box, but I realized that the other two I did not open yet that are sitting at the house. So these two will be the lucky ones that will be opened and exposed and used. Because, I mean, nothing against any collectors that keep them in the box, but I don't want to be a collector that just keeps them in the box. I am a big kid, as you guys know by looking at this channel. So I want to pull my stuff out, and I want to use them as well as display them. So we're going to get that done. So we have Sharif pulled out of the box here. Get you guys a good look at him before I actually take him out of the plastic. There he is. Weapons and all, shoes, feet, clothing, looking good. Looking blind. I need to get him and Kanan together. So we got some very good soft goods here. Along with molding plastic on this figure. All right, so we have Mr. Imwe out of the box, looking good. Got his weapons on him. He's all ready to fight and ready to shoot down some Imperials. So there he is, and now we're gonna get Baze on out the box here. Pull him out. Sitting in his plastic goods. We're gonna get you guys a real good look at him. There's our Baze right there with his weapons and other accessories here. Not sure if that's a walkie-talkie or a detonator or some type, but that's also cool. So there are those, and we're gonna get him in his pose as well. Out of the plastic, let's free him. From his plastic, and we got him freed, and he looks really, really good actually. He looks absolutely awesome, as a matter of fact. Wow. Actually, I'm very impressed with this. I just hope he stands correctly. All right, you guys, so we have Shereet and Baze here, all out of their boxes with their weapons and accessories. Very, very cool. So let's get a look at both figures, starting with Baze here. So we're going to get a look at the weapon, get you guys a real good close look at the weapon in his hand. And I believe, I'm not sure if that's a walkie-talkie. There was that small piece that I pointed to earlier inside of the package. It connects to the belt. I'm not sure if that's a walkie-talkie or some other device. I don't really recall if it was even used in the movie. Probably watch the movie again today just to do some research on it. But that is a look at the weapon here, and I really love the detail right there. That's really, really cool on the inside there. We've learned from the Guardians of the Wills book that this is actually an Imperial cannon, I believe, that Baze converted so he can carry it. So this is a stolen Imperial weapon that we find out about. So very, very cool. And incidentally, I have not read Guardians of the Will. I did not read that information. I actually saw a video that was put up by Urban Acolyte Prince over at Urban Acolyte. He didn't spoil the book at all. He just kind of went over the specifics of the book and a couple of details, and that was one of the details that came out of that book. So very, very cool right there. And in regards to posability with this figure, the cannon right here, this little piece right here, I want to call it a cord, but it's not a cord. What feeds the ammunition to the weapon. It really hampers the where you can position this gun. It's not going to really let you bring it across his body. I really want him to hold it like this because it's a very powerful weapon, as is the bowcaster here, and it's a weapon that really requires two hands to be on it to be used. Even though I'm not sure if he used one hand in the movie. I gotta watch it again to make sure. But I really believe this is supposed to be. It's a cannon. So it should be a two-handed weapon, and he should be able to bring this across his body so he can hold it with two hands, and that should be the natural pose when using this particular weapon. So I am a little disappointed in that, but it is a brand new figure right out of the box, so it is kind of stiff. The more I work with it, maybe the more this becomes loosened up, and maybe I can put some heat on it, hot water perhaps, to loosen it up and get it to where it'll be more flexible, and I can get him in a two-hand motion like I have here with Shereet, which is a perfect segue over to Shereet here. And now what I really, really like about Mr. Imwe here is the soft goods. I am a sucker for soft goods, guys, and they gave it to us here. So very, very cool. And then of course it helps because it doesn't hamper the articulation on the figure. You can pose them in several different ways. And then like I was saying, looking at the weapon there, you got Baze with a two-handed pose on the weapon. This is a very, very powerful weapon, and in most cases would require two hands to aim and shoot it properly. So I like the fact that I can get him in a two-handed pose with this particular figure, and then getting a real good close look at the scope, guys. Obviously, he is a blind character, so the eyes are basically looking upward, and which is fine because again, he is a blind character. He's not going to be focused on anything as long as he's not with his eyes anyway. As long as his head is pointed in the direction of whoever he is aiming at or talking to, you're pretty much safe. And then for the back cape, they gave us a plastic mold, which is fine. And it works because you can, it gives you detail. There's a lot of detail in there, and gives it the kind of motion that perhaps it would, it sits very well on the figure, and it doesn't hamper any of the articulation with the figure. So they did a nice job with the combination of soft goods and molding with this figure. And then I think for a $20 figure, I think they did a really good job on not only the head sculpt for Sharit, but for Baze as well. Very, very good head sculpt on both of these figures, guys. So very, very glad to get these figures in. I'm very, very excited that I have duplicates of these figures, because now I can pose these guys on the shelf and or put them in a diorama if I choose to do so. And the other two can stay in the box, guys. So there they are, guys. And I would really, really like to know what your thoughts are. Have you collected these two figures? Do you enjoy these two particular figures? What do you think of the head sculpts? What do you think of the fact that, and again, it may be simply due to the fact that Baze is new. Once I break him in a little bit and maybe warm up that the little plastic piece here, perhaps I will be able to get him in a real good two-handed pose, just like we have for Sharit here. I just love those two-handed poses, man, for those big weapons, because it's more realistic if you have the figure posed in a two-handed pose right there. I just love it, guys. So I want to thank you guys very, very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and may the force be with you always. Thank you very much for watching, guys.